Lee Yong-nam is a young man in his early 30s who is still living with his parents. Back in his college days, he was the leader of the climbing group and had won gold in several tournaments. But today it is difficult to get a job with this qualification. No matter where he applies, he is always rejected. Yong-nam is in the park for most of the day, practicing parkour and acrobatics. He believes that it is cool, but everyone else in town considers him a loser. Even his own nephew doesn't want to be around him. Things are even worse at home. Both Yong-nam's parents and elder sister treat him like a child. They love him very much, but never miss an opportunity to scold him. They are also very important to Yong-nam. Even though he's an adult, his mom still makes his hair. One day, the family decides to celebrate his mom's 70th birthday. Because their house is too small to accommodate a party, Yong-nam is asked to look for a place. He doesn't hesitate to recommend the Cloud Garden, a 3-star hotel in the city. This is because Yong-nam's college crush and fellow climbing member, Eui-ju, works there as the vice manager. The two used to be good friends back then, but it has been 5 years since they last spoke. In the following scene, Yong-nam and his family dress up and go to the venue. When Yong-nam arrives, his distant family members swarm him, most of which are awkward questions regarding his work life. They also inquire if he has a girlfriend, but Yong-nam simply ignores them. After a while, as the cake-cutting ceremony is about to begin, Yong-nam finally sees his crush, Eui-ju. She sees him and he feigns shock. Later, the two head to a silent area, where Eui-ju expresses her happiness on seeing him again. She asks him if he knew that she was working here, but Yong-nam says it was a coincidence. He chose the location because of the positive reviews on Google, he said. When Yong-nam is asked what he does for a living, he tells a lie. He is the manager of a multi-million-dollar company. Shortly after, Eui-ju is called by her manager, Mr. Gu, who at first praises her for her excellent work. Then, he begins to hit her. Eui-ju doesn't know how to deal with him, as the hotel is his father's. If she refuses him, she will most likely lose her job. Elsewhere, a large truck pulls up in the most crowded part of the city. The driver then gets out and opens several valves, which releases a mysterious gas in large amounts. Unfortunately, the gas is found to be toxic and begins to impact the people around them. Within a short time, hundreds of people begin to fall to the ground and some die on the spot. When people try to flee the area, deadly road accidents ensue, turning the city into utter bedlam. Meanwhile, the people in Cloud Garden are still oblivious to whatever is happening outside. They can be seen dancing and celebrating with all their energy. All at once, a nearby accident sends a glass cylinder into Yong-nam's home, startling him and the others. As they run outside to see, they notice the dense cloud of gas coming towards them. Hundreds and thousands of people are running away. They know that something is coming that is deadly. Hence, Eui-ju hurriedly escorts everyone inside the hotel. While everyone obliges, Yong-nam decides to stay, as his sister has just arrived in her car. He tells her to get out of the house right away, but when she realizes what is happening, it is too late. The gas reaches her and she collapses, so Yong-nam must hold his breath and take her inside. The sister somehow manages to survive, but she is choking and has all over her body sores and rashes. Some of the family members attempt to call for an ambulance, but they are told that at this time, only helicopters are working. As everyone panics, Yong-nam and Eui-ju look out through the glass window to see the whole city filled with dense gas. They don't know what it is or where it came from, but they know that the gas is going up, and they need to get up high as quickly as possible. Yong-nam rushes over to the others and tells them that they have to get to the terrace. They then make a makeshift stretcher for his injured sister and carry her upstairs. Sadly, when they arrive, they discover that the door is locked. The only key to it is in the reception on the ground floor. However, the poisonous gas has already been poured on that floor and they will need to find another way. Shortly after, Eui-ju, Manager Gu and a few others scavenge for supplies on the floor below them. There, the TV works and a news channel is broadcasting about the mysterious gas. While the cause of it is still unknown, there are precautions to avoid exposure to it. One can use a gas mask, which will provide immunity for about 15 minutes if they breathe slowly, the reporter says. Also, it is important to wear full body coverage to prevent blisters and rashes. After some time, 3 gas masks are discovered, and Manager Gu asks someone to use it and bring the key from downstairs. However, no one wants to risk their lives. So, as time is running out, Yong-nam begins to think of another plan. He discovers that the door to the terrace is unlocked on the other side. Yong-nam is very talented in athletics and climbing, so he takes the chance to do everything. In the following shot, he smashes a glass pane by throwing things at it. Then, he ties a safety rope around him and takes a leap of faith, despite his family pleading with him to not do so. Fortunately, Yong-nam manages to grab hold of a ledge and reach the opposite building. Seeing his determination, Eui-ju throws him some chalk powder and a carabiner so that he can climb more smoothly. Soon, Yeongnam begins to jump from roof to roof like the Prince of Persia himself. All this while, his cousin live streams him on his phone so that his family can see what's happening. At the same time, Yeongnam arrives at a place where he can't hold onto the next ledge. This is because the rope around him is restraining him, so he unhoops the rope. That is, he is now on his own. If he slips, it will be over. Despite the dire circumstance, Yeongnam slowly keeps on climbing. He finally reaches the last stage, where all he has to do is propel himself upwards and grab a lion head statue. At first, it appears as if he is going to slip, but then, Yeongnam uses every ounce of strength in his body, and finally pulls himself up. Now he is on the roof of the Cloud Garden. He rests for a few seconds and then stands up and opens the door, letting his family in. Then the family makes every effort to get the attention of a nearby helicopter, but it is unsuccessful. Just then, Eui-ju comes up with an idea. She recommends everyone to make an H and tap their phones to send an SOS signal. In the meantime, the perpetrator, who is responsible for all this chaos, is finally exposed. It turns out that he is the co-founder of a large biotechnology company. He was also head scientist, but one day the other shareholders suddenly ousted him. Because of this, the man went insane and started devising a plan to hurt the city. He went through numerous trials, and this is the poisonous gas he was left with. He is presumed dead as of now due to the same gas that he exposed to the city. The family has been tapping their phones for several minutes, but the chopper still doesn't notice them. This makes Eui-ju realize that the light in their mobile phones is too small to be seen. Hence, she goes down one floor and flickers the large advertising signs of the hotel. The plan is successful and the chopper's attention is now drawn. Eventually, assistance comes and the family members are loaded into a carrier, one by one. However, when it's the turn of Yeongnam and Eui-ju, an alarm starts blaring, indicating that they have crossed the weight limit. Because of this, the two are forced to stay back and wait for the next chopper to arrive. But since the gas is approaching them at an alarming rate, Yeongnam and Eui-ju decide to escape. They first collect the 3 gas masks they have discovered and then fill as much rope as they can in their bags. Following this, they cover their entire body with plastic bags and head to the streets in search of a safe place. They wander around for a while, then they go up to the roof of a building, but they find that the gas has already reached the roof. Panicked, the two rush back to the streets and finally reach a building, which is still safe from the gas. It is revealed to be a gym, and it has lots of equipment in it. Yeongnam and Eui-ju throw away their damaged masks, drink some water, and then get ready for their next plan. Since the building opposite to them is too far to jump, they will have to go there by rope. Eventually, the two attach some dumbbells to the rope and hurl it over to the next building. Once they feel that it is firm and safe, Eui-ju decides to go first, owing to her lighter weight. It's a difficult task, but Eui-ju is an old-time climbing champion, so she walks over to the next building. No big deal. When it's Yeongnam's turn, however, the smoke slowly starts reaching them. Time is up and death looks like it's coming, but Yeongnam manages to get across with the remaining strength of his body. In the meantime, the officials discover that water can help to disperse the harmful smoke. They begin to work on it immediately, but it will take some days to get rid of it. On the other hand, Yeongnam's anxious father, Jang-soo, reaches a safe place, where he finds 2 reporters using a drone to cover the news. Realizing that this may be the only way to find his son, he pays them a handsome amount and asks them to inspect the area near Cloud Garden. In another location, Yeongnam and Eui-ju arrive at a new building, which has a number of cutouts of humans. Suddenly, they see a group of children trapped in a nearby building, pleading for help. They seem helpless, as all the doors around them are closed. So, the couple decides to help them first. They use the cutouts, and even themselves, to make a large arrow that points towards the trapped children. Fortunately, the plan is successful. A chopper sees the kids and saves them. Since the building appears to be tall and safe, Yeongnam and Eui-ju decide to wait for the next chopper, but just then, a nearby gas station explodes. This hurls the poisonous gas back in their direction, compelling them to flee again. Eui-ju sees a big crane tower nearby and proposes to climb it. Yeongnam doesn't like the idea, but since he doesn't have a better one, he agrees. The two are once again on the go in the next scene. It turns out that the drone that Jang-soo had hired is able to find them. It follows them wherever they go, and even telecasts them while they are alive. With this, the entire country watches the daring escape with excitement. All praise their courage and gallantry. Yeongnam's mom also observes him jumping from building to building and almost has a heart attack. Meanwhile, the duo reaches a tall building, which is the last one near the crane tower. Unfortunately, The distance between them is too far. Now, with the poisonous gas approaching them at a rapid rate, death seems impending. They even hug each other and bid their final goodbyes. However, at that moment, there is a buzzing noise that disturbs them. It's a swarm of drones that has come to their aid. Many citizens throughout the city have taken up the cause of the daring escape, which they saw on television. This makes Yeongnam's spirits lift and he formulates a plan. He tells one of the drones to attach his rope to the opposite building's pipe. After this, the two tie themselves with the other end of the rope and attempt to swing to the large tower. The plan fails miserably and they end up hanging in the middle of nowhere. To make it worse, the rope that is connected to the pipe also begins to loosen. This forces Eui-ju to come up with an abrupt decision, so she grabs a plier and cuts one end of the rope. The idea is to swing to the next building, but the other end of the rope comes undone. The whole nation is watching and the two fall into the dense smoke, seemingly to their death. Everyone who is watching their stream is left in utter shock. Yeongnam's parents are in tears and are not able to stop crying. Even the rescue helicopter turns back and gets ready to leave. However, at that moment, the pilot sees a small flare being lit on the crane tower. On a closer inspection, he sees that Yeongnam and Eui-ju are still alive. Somehow they reach the tower and are clinging to life. In the final scene, the two are rescued and brought back to safety, where Yeongnam finally reunites with his parents. As always, they scold him for his irresponsibility, but they also take pride in his courage. In the meantime, Eui-ju is left alone as manager Gu approaches her and attempts to flirt with her once again. This time, it's her turn to teach him a lesson, giving him a good punch in the face. Finally, Yeongnam goes to Eui-ju and returns her carabinal, but she demands that he do so the next time they meet. Yeongnam just smiles as he realizes that she is interested in him. The movie ends as Mother Nature helps heal the city by unleashing a massive rainfall. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, leave a comment about your favorite movie, and we will make it next. Thanks for watching.